When was the last time you felt shameful? You see, shame is an intimate word. It's a reflection of our soul. Shame is a whisper of regret, a powerful tool for maintaining social norms and ensuring conformity within groups. Shame can impact our self-esteem and self-image, often influencing behavior and decision-making. In this episode of Sounding Human, we're going to explore the complexity of shame and how it relates to our collective humanity. We'll ask questions like, what role do corporations and cultures, the media, and individual family dynamics play in the promotion of or lack of shame? Shame is often seen as a negative emotion, but I believe we can find grace in the darkness. By embracing and understanding our own shame, we create a powerful thread of compassion, transforming our shared human experience into a tapestry of growth, resilience, and love. Shame's been used across various societies to inform social norms and maintain order. The ancient Greeks considered shame a significant virtue that restrained people from committing dishonorable acts, while feudal Japan's samurai class followed a strict honor code called Bushido. In Native American cultures, public shaming rituals were used to punish individuals who broke community laws or customs. Indigenous cultures worldwide also link shame to communal values and the need to maintain harmony within the community. Shame is often used as a moral compass in religion. Christianity sees original sin as a form of inherited shame that requires moral and virtuous behavior for redemption. Islam emphasizes hayya, a sense of shame or modesty, as an important characteristic of a true believer. Hinduism associates shame with the concept of karma and the belief in reincarnation, stating that the actions in this life determine future lives. Buddhism emphasizes mindfulness and self-awareness, often helping individuals recognize and overcome feelings of shame. But what about today, our society, our children, our media, and the content we consume?
Guess who I'm shooting with today?
How do we balance shame and the freedom of expression? What about family dynamics and traditional principles? In my adolescence, my mom was the strongest proponent of being weary of shameful acts. She was my guiding light in having respect for myself and others and incorporating principles of compassion and kindness. You see, I often found myself unwilling to commit a shameful act just out of the sheer fear of having to explain it to my mom. I've certainly made my share of mistakes that resulted in shame. A few things still have residual effects. But if I was willing to allow shame to change me, to transform me, I became a better human and added value to society as a whole. I also remember what it was like to be shamed. Boys would shame me for my feminine traits, while girls would make fun of me for being fat. But it was that very shame that was a catalyst in helping me change my attitude toward food and exercise and overall health in general. Shame pushed me to become a better version of myself. But as an adult, I've observed that social media and politics, culture, music, and movies versus traditional family values, they've greatly increased their influence on what is shameful and what is not.
Degrade women, why is that okay?
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
Today, shameful acts of dishonesty and corruption, as well as prejudice and discrimination, they still continue to affect our societies. Political ideologies and cultural norms often dictate what is considered socially acceptable or shameful, leading individuals to conform out of fear of being shamed just for expressing their true beliefs or identities. With the rise of cancel culture on social media, a single misstep or offensive comment can quickly spread, resulting in immense public shaming and potentially lasting damage to one's reputation and career.
Some appearing to job shame the actor.
He played the ever-optimistic Elvin, Cliff and Claire Huxtable's dutiful son-in-law on The Cosby Show. 26 years after The Cosby Show went off the air, Jeffrey Owens is going viral. All because a woman shopping at Trader Joe's snapped photos of him working at a New Jersey grocery store.
Now, what about corporations? Some promote unattainable beauty standards that subconsciously promote feelings of shame and inadequacy, just to profit from them. But others make an effort to spread body acceptance and diversity, hoping to give people more power and lessen their shame. In the end, though, it's our duty as parents and guardians to teach our kids about shame, while highlighting the value of moral integrity, dignity, and self-respect. Now, one could make the argument that the more self-respect and dignity that we put into our youth population at an early age, the less vulnerable they'll become to the negative impacts of shame. An example would be to instill the values of worthiness and hard work versus leisure and excess pleasure.
Disturbing footage surfaced of a drag queen performing in front of infants. Yes, infants. The vision is so shocking that we have to heavily blur it. But these are grown adults in bondage gear or in G-strings, strutting around in front of tiny kids, infants, toddlers.
Now, let's take a closer look at the cousin of shame, guilt. The emotions of guilt and shame are sometimes mistaken for one another. But the distinction between the two is that guilt is the emotion we experience when we feel awful about something we did, an action or a behavior. But shame, it's an emotion we experience when we feel horrible about who we are as a person, our character. Guilt is often a warning sign that we've acted outside of our values, and it can lead to positive behavior changes. But shame, it tends to keep us stuck in the secrecy of it all and the self-doubt.
And now an update on a disturbing case of elder abuse. Last August, this caretaker was arrested after he was caught on camera punching an 88-year-old disabled man.
So how do we find the grace in shame? We become aware of it, and we build our own personal relationship with shame. And we do this through the acts we witness and commit. Shame allows us to put up the mirror. It's a powerful force that, if reflected on, can help us make better decisions. When we feel shameful, we can exercise self-compassion and compassion for others, thus giving us a healthier relationship with shame. By taking in the lessons from various cultures, political views, and religions that place value on the principles of shame, I believe each individual can empower themselves, and we can encourage our children to embrace shame as a way to seek harmony and balance, ultimately finding our grace in the chaos of life.